Hey guys, welcome to episode 3 of Pokemon Generation 1. Last time, we did some pretty pointless backtracking, but got 5 free Pokeballs out of it, so no big deal really. In this part, we're actually going to try to progress through the game for real. And we're going to add the first member to our team that isn't our starter. Now, in Red and Blue, no matter what, in the area I'm going to, this Pokemon has a 5% encounter rate. I say Red and Blue, and you'll figure out why later. If you haven't figured it out already. By the way, that old man there is actually really important for a glitch. I think we all know what that glitch is because pretty much everybody does it nowadays. And I will be showing it off. But anyway, time for our first quote-unquote dungeon area of the game. Welcome to Viridian Forest. This area for the most part isn't too terribly tough to navigate. But be careful if you're playing Red version. You have a higher chance of encountering Weedle here as opposed to its counterpart Caterpie. Which means you also have a higher chance of getting poisoned. Which allows me to discuss status conditions. Sleep. Basically you wake up after a certain amount of turns, 2 to 5. And here's the problem with that in Gen 1. You wasted an entire turn waking up rather than later generations where you would just wake up and attack on the same turn. Yeah, that's kind of a problem because hope you like getting put back to sleep. Then there's Burn, which not only drains your health over time in battle, but it cuts your attack in half. Not your special attack, though. Then again, the special stat is combined into one, so at least in this game. Poison drains your health over time in battle, but unlike Burn, it also drains your health outside of battle 1 point for every 4 or 5 steps you take. Poison, however, does not cut anything as far as stats go. All it cuts is your HP over time. Toxic, level of poison, doubles every turn. However, in Gen 1, if you switched out when the opponent used Toxic, it would turn to normal poison. Okay, please tell me what happened last take doesn't happen here. Basically, I went like 2 whole minutes without a single random battle. Thank you. And you're still not what I'm after. Up next is Paralysis, which not only cuts your speed in half, but it also has a 33% chance of having you not attack at all. Also, while you're asleep, go figure, you can't attack at all. And then there's Freeze, which was really fucking annoying in Gen 1 because if you were frozen, it was a free victory for the opponent. Unless one of 2 things happened. They used a fire-type move like Flamethrower, or they used Haze. In every game, Haze is the equalizer, destroying all stat buffs and debuffs on both sides. In this generation, it also thawed out the opponent in addition to that effect. That's a glitch. It does not happen like that in later generations. It only acts as a stat equalizer. There is one status in this game they do not tell you about, though, and that is Confusion. Dear God, Confusion's annoying. You have a 50-50 chance of either attacking the enemy with the move you chose, or attacking yourself. This is based off of your physical attack stat, as far as the damage you do. Also, so long as I'm here looking for the Pokemon I'm after, you may have noticed a couple times there was, say, 9 out of 10 for certain moves or something like that. That's your PP, or power points, the amount of uses you have for a move. For example, Ice Beam has 10 uses. This can be increased by an item known as the PP Up, which will increase the uses of your moves by 1/5 of their maximum use value originally. So say a move originally has 10 uses, it would increase by 2. You can do this up to 3 times. Generation 3 onward introduced the PP Max, which basically acted as a triple version of a PP Up in one vitamin can. Because vitamins give you what are basically known as effort values. There are hidden experience points that the game doesn't tell you about. You get these from defeating any Pokemon in battle, which is the reason why you really want to be doing this, because you want effort values to be considered when it comes to stats, because you'll really notice them at 100, but they increase in increments with each individual level. There are vitamins that also function basically as effort values. Protein is attack, carbose is speed, iron is defense, and calcium is special. Later generations, by that I mean Gen 3 onward, made calcium special attack and zinc special defense. There's also HP up, which, go figure, raises your HP effort values. Generation 2 onward introduced individual values. I can't really explain that because I don't exactly know the exact calculations, but those also factor into the move introduced in Generation 2, Hidden Power, where the type of the move is based on each Pokemon's individual values. In Generation 2, that was also what determined whether or not a Pokemon was shiny. Discussing shiny Pokemon. They're basically extremely rare recolors. If you happen to run into one, catch it. No questions asked. The chances of finding one normally in the wild, Gens 2 through 5, are 1 in 8,192. Generation 6 doubled this to 1 in 4,096. There's also some overly complex methods like the Masuda method, which turns the chances to pretty high rates. The shiny charm, I forget what generation introduced that, triples the shiny rate regardless, with the exception of the Friend Safari, which is a 1 in 512 chance, and this is only in X and Y. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire for some reason does not have this. 1 in 512 is also the exact same shiny rating as the shiny charm plus Masuda method combination. Now will the Pokemon I'm after actually show up since I discussed everything? Pretty much everything I wanted to discuss anyway. Come on, show up, goddammit. I don't have all day. Rather all night since I'm recording this a little late. God fucking damn it. Watch. Some kind of interruption's gonna happen outside of the game, and then I'm gonna run into what I'm after on the next encounter. That's usually how my luck goes. In the first take, I found what I was after on the very first encounter. For some reason, I two-shotted the damn thing with Bubble. Don't know how, but whatever. Well, I only have a few chances left because I only have 2 minutes left on the recording. Come on, show up. 5% encounter rates. Gotta love them. Yeah, this is kind of a thing, to be honest. I didn't want to waste this much time. I already discussed everything I wanted to, so show up, will you? 5% encounter rates. They are a pain in the ass, not gonna lie. Like 10% encounter rates I usually have no problem with. Anything lower I have a problem with. Which is why I'm not looking forward to the next teammate. There we freaking go! At long last! This is why I only said red and blue. It's Pikachu. In yellow, you would start with Pikachu. Here, you have to catch it in Viridian Forest. 5% encounter rate. Let's throw some Pokeballs. 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on! Big deal. Stay on the ball. 1, 2, 3. Got it! Alright, I gotta end this quickly because I only have 30 seconds left. So, with Pikachu caught, I am going to save, and in the next episode of Pokemon Generation 1, we're actually going to trek through Viridian Forest for real. Till next time, later guys!